Looking for a good Japanese roasted green tea? You've come to the right place. We're counting down the best roasted green tea Japan has to offer. After traveling around Japan for the past few years, we've sampled dozens of different types of Japanese roasted green tea, and we've compiled a list of our favorites. We're looking for teas that really represent this warm, roasted flavor profile and that are reasonably priced. We'll be covering not only Hojicha green tea, but later we'll also talk about Kamairicha and Genmaicha as well. Let's dive into the world of roasted green tea. So first, we have the Hojicha green tea from Kawabataen. Hojicha is the most popular type of roasted tea in Japan, and it's made from fully roasted tea leaves. These tea leaves are roasted in either a large hot pan or a roasting machine. Unlike most Japanese green teas that have these fresh, vegetable flavor profiles, the roasted tea leaves produce a warmer, almost chocolatey flavor. The Kawabataen is a basic, medium roast green tea that has a pleasant aroma of cedarwood and milk chocolate. If you're new to Hojicha, this is a good tea to start with because the flavor is not too strong and a bit more subtle. If you want a richer taste profile, you're going to need to stay tuned for the later teas on the list. In addition to Hojicha green tea, Genmaicha is also a popular type of Japanese tea that has a nice roasted flavor to it. Instead of being made from roasted tea leaves, it's made by combining green tea leaves with roasted rice. The addition of the roasted rice adds a pleasant, warm cereal flavor to the tea and lowers the caffeine content. The Shizuoka Genmaicha is a great tea to start out with if you want to explore this unique flavor profile. There are some other Genmaicha teas later on this list that we liked even better, so stay tuned. The next tea on our list is an unusual one. Sometimes when you're roasting the rice to make Genmaicha, the rice kernels pop in a similar way to popcorn. This creates the popcorn Genmaicha, which has a lighter, slightly more buttery flavor. Another variation of Genmaicha is the Matcha Genmaicha or Matcha Genmaicha. This tea is made by combining green tea leaves, toasted rice, and matcha powder. The matcha powder is released into the water to create a cloudy green infusion and a rich green tea flavor. Compared to the other roasted green teas on the list, this tea has the most grassy or vegetal flavor because of the addition of the matcha powder. So we've talked about Hojicha green tea and we've talked about Genmaicha, but there is one more type of roasted green tea Japan has to offer, and that is Kamairicha. This is a partially roasted tea, and while it's rare in Japan as a whole, there are a few talented farmers in Miyazaki Prefecture in southern Japan that still make this delicious tea using traditional methods. This is a pan-roasted green tea. The partially roasted tea leaves are turned in a hot pan to impart a warm, slightly nutty flavor. This is similar to the Chinese method of green tea production, which makes Kamairicha taste more like a Chinese green tea than a Japanese green tea like sencha, which has more of these steamed vegetable or seaweed taste profiles. The Kamairicha from Miyazaki Sabo is a great entry point into the world of Kamairicha roasted green tea. It's a great value for your money, and it really captures the taste profile that Kamairicha is known for. Later on in this list, we'll show you the best Kamairicha tea that we've ever tasted. So coming up next on our list of the best roasted tea, we have the Kuki Hojicha. This tea has earned its spot because it has such a strong roasted flavor to it. It's made from the stems of the tea plant rather than the leaves, and it's roasted for a longer time at a higher heat. This causes the tea to take on an even bolder flavor profile, with notes of black coffee and dark chocolate. If you really want to try something unique, prepare the Kuki Hojicha as a cold brewed tea. It actually works really well. Even though this tea is incredible, it's still not the best Hojicha green tea we've tasted, and for that, you're going to have to wait until later on in the list. Next, we have the Hojicha powder. So what if you want to incorporate the bold roasted flavors of Hojicha into a latte? This is where the Hojicha powder comes in, and it's earned a spot on this list because you can use it to make the best Hojicha lattes we've ever had. Similar to matcha powder, Hojicha powder is made from powdered tea leaves, but unlike matcha powder, it's made from roasted tea leaves. When you mix this Hojicha powder with milk, you create a delicious Hojicha green tea latte that tastes somewhere in between a macchiato and a hot chocolate. What could be better? Next on our list, we have the top Genmaicha we have found during our travels around Japan. This is the Gyokuro Genmaicha, and unlike other Genmaicha teas, this one is made from shaded tea leaves. When you shade the tea plant, it produces less bitterness and maintains more of its sweet and savory theanine. This sweeter flavor pairs perfectly with the roasted rice to perfectly capture that warm cereal flavor Genmaicha is known for. If you want a Genmaicha that leans more heavily on the green and vegetal characteristics, you can go for the Matcha Genmaicha instead. Finally, at number 2 on our list of best Japanese roasted green tea, we have the Noike Hojicha. This tea comes to us from a small farmer outside of Kyoto named Mr. Noike. He grows his teas on a small plot of land in the middle of a pinewood forest. The tall pine trees provide the plants with a natural shading throughout the day, so the teas from Mr. Noike take on a smoother and sweeter taste. The Noike Hojicha is much more lightly roasted compared to the Kuki Hojicha, and it has notes of caramel and milk chocolate. If you want to experience the Japanese roasted green tea flavor, but you don't want anything too strong, the Noike Hojicha green tea is the perfect balance. Finally, on our list of the best Japanese roasted green tea, we have the Kamairicha Issin. Deep in the mountains of Takachiho, Mr. Issin is hard at work crafting beautiful pan-fired green teas. His crowning achievement is the Kamairicha Issin, which he has won awards for. We met with Mr. Issin and his family, and after tasting a few different Kamairicha teas, we ultimately selected this one, made from the Saimidori cultivar. Saimidori is a tea plant variety known for its light and sweet flavor, and while it's typically reserved for premium teas like Gyokuro and Matcha, Mr. Issin uses it in his Kamairicha to produce a beautiful, light and sweet roasted flavor. This tea has notes of cashew, hazelnut, and almond, but it also maintains some characteristics you might find in a sencha tea, like dried seaweed and asparagus. The reason the Kamairicha Issin is ranked so highly on our list of Japanese roasted green tea is because it strikes the perfect balance between the warmer flavors of Hojicha and the fresh vegetal flavors of sencha. If you want to try any of these teas, you can find them on our website, neoteas.com. Here you'll find a selection of our favorite Japanese roasted teas. If you could try a few of them out, it would really help to support our channel, and you can get some great tea out of the deal. If you want to learn more about green tea, subscribe to our channel for daily tea videos. Until then, we'll see you next time.